Okay, so what's going on, people? Well, it's been about 3 months, which means it's about time to do another one of those quarterly pickup videos. So that's what this big old stack of shoes is here for. That's why I said quarterly pickups in the title and all that stuff, right? So, man, like this it's a fair amount, as I look at it, and it does that like every time I do this. I look at these and I'm like, that's a fair amount of shoes, more than I really would need, more than most people would need, and to buy in 3 months, especially given that I haven't even worn a lot of them. But whatever, just gonna go ahead and get on into this, not drag it out too long. Though at the same time, it doesn't matter if I would drag it out because, as far as I know, there is like a fast forward type option on YouTube, right? Hint. So for the people who don't care to hear these things that I talk about, that's there for you. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get on into this. It's not really in any particular order because why would I take that kind of time? But it is grouped up somewhat, right? So these like the April, May, June. June is that very small stack over there because I didn't buy a lot in June for some reason. I don't really remember what was up with that. I just know that I wasn't. But without further ado, let's go getting on into this, see what we see. This box here. So starting with my April stuff. This is probably a court purple. Yeah, but, oh man. And it still has those stupid laces in there. Like those purple ones. I was gonna wear these, and obviously that never happened, because if it had happened, I probably would have swapped out those laces. But, it is what it is. Though some people do like those. I'm just not one of those people. Moving right along. Okay, you can see from the side of this box what this is. These are those signal green UltraBoost 20s. Remember those? Maybe you did watch the video. Maybe you didn't watch the video. It's still up there. So if you want to watch any of these reviews, you're free to go do that. There's no price of admission. Though I do get paid a very small, very insignificant amount. I gotta get like a lot of views, and I'm not one of those channels that gets a lot of views. So that's why it takes me forever to do those giveaways where I like buy stuff and whatever. But anyways, so next up we have these. Actually, I had these on earlier today. The React Prestos, the Pistachio Frost, or is it Forest? Either way, they're a nice leafy green Presto. Some dude in Target was like, "Oh man, those are cool shoes," and I was like, "Thumbs up, dude." That's not exactly how that conversation went, but it's the gist of it. What is this? This is. You see the side of that? Maybe you read it, maybe you don't. It's crazy because it says Air Max 90, white, particle gray. That's it, right? And if you think of white and gray, you think of something different. You don't think of this, right? They leave out the orange. They do the same with the lime pair, I want to say. But yeah, these things right here, restocked recently. Like twice, I think. And Soul Links sent a little tweet out and stuff about it, which was cool only because they happened to use my picture, and I felt somewhat special in that moment. This right here, the 4D box, right? It's empty, right? It's empty because those shoes are down here. They need some attention before they go back in the box. So there's that for you. These still not sure how I feel about these, honestly. They're not terrible, but that price tag really makes you expect more. I'll just leave it at that. Moving, okay, that's kind of fallen. Hangman will catch it. So, see, working together here. He's not just an unfunctional drunk all the time. So, let's see, this is the linen 350s. Remember those, right? They looked a lot different than what a lot of people expected them to look like. Even to me. And I really like that 3M stripe on the side. So that's pretty cool. Moving along, set this thing over here. Walk it that way to keep it in order. And then another UltraBoost 20. Let's see, which one might this be? This is the Marble Splatter. Remember those? I really like these. That boost part there, just the way they did that design. I hadn't seen that before, so it kind of stood out. And I needed something that was kind of a simple black and white. And this is simple, but with just a smidge of flair to it, right? So that kind of gives it a nice little edge above other things. And so there we have it. Now, if I remember right, the Huaraches might be around where May starts. Also, in April, I did buy 2 other pairs of shoes that I don't have here today because one was the turquoise 90s that went to my brother because I realized I did not have any need to have those other than just wanting them. And then the other pair was the tie-dye Vans. No, not Vans. Superstars. Tie-dye Superstars. Those went to my sister. So those aren't here in the lineup, but I did buy them, so they kind of count. Anyways, right here. These Huaraches. Let's see what's going on with these things. These right here. Still haven't worn these, and I was looking forward to these a whole heck of a lot too. But eventually it'll happen. Eventually. And I'm also kind of wondering when they're going to do chapter 2 of these things. Is this in the video? Hopefully not. There, now it's not. To put this stuff over here somewhere. So, these right here. These were I didn't expect these to get many views, but apparently the world had other ideas because people really caught on to these, or at least they started watching the review a lot. I'm not really sure what happened, but I got some views out of it. Not a whole lot, but you know, for my standards, like my channel size or whatever, it was a fair amount. So that's cool. Put those over there too. All right, another UltraBoost 20. And this one is the Collegiate Navy, something like that. There you have these. You know what? These are actually possibly the same color scheme as those Foamposites that I picked up last week or whenever that was. Well, I'll see in a minute. I'll leave one of these out so I can do an easy comparison. Just sit that there. And move right along. God, okay. Also, for May, this right here, you can tell this is a slide box, right? Let's go ahead and pull this thing out of here. There's this, an Air Max 90 slide. Not a lot to say about that. I mean, it's just a slide, you know? It's a comfortable one, I'll say. But there's that. I actually haven't done the review on that. Well, I did kind of do one during my, quarantine pickup, but I haven't done its own actual review. That'll come eventually. And when it does, you can be one of the first to know if you're one of those subscriber people and all that stuff. Otherwise, you'll just have to come back and just check periodically. Whatever your preference is, I honestly don't care. Here's this. This is a New Balance. It's a 997H. I don't remember the colorway name or anything like that, but it's got some blue and some green on it, so there's that for you. And moving along, there's one more pair of these things here. And that's just torn. That's unfortunate. Is that like Natalie and Bruglia or something? Remember that song, Torn? Does anybody? I do. I hear it all the time, on my iPod, because I play it a lot. Anyway, so here's this, also another New Balance 997H. This one kind of in a sort of a, what's that, South Beach colorway. I don't know. I paused for a second to think of the term South Beach, because the first phrase that came to mind was spring chicken, and I was like, that is not at all what I'm looking for. This is an empty box. Another empty box, because those also need a little bit of attention before they go back inside. So there's that. It's an Ozweego in some kind of mint color. Can't remember exactly what it was, but there's that. Actually, those shoes go perfectly with the Bobby Sneaker Roll shirt that I picked up the other day, so that's kind of cool, you know. He probably just says that they don't because he thinks those shoes are trash, but hey, it is what it is. So, wow, that's a strong smell. These are technically in the collection, I guess, until something happens. So this is the Royal Toe 1s. Well, the Royal Toe 1s. Not a bad looking shoe, but, you know, if the price does something worthwhile, then these will go away and I will end up with something else, possibly through a trade or some kind of thing like that. If they just kind of sit around where they are and they don't do anything, they'll just stay in the collection. I'm good either way, you know, pretty laid back kind of dude. So where's the side of that box? See, again, same as the last one. See all that? That's not in there where it just says white and particle gray? Yeah, same thing. But it's this one, it's the green one. I think these are 100, yeah, so these are 100s, the orange is 101 as far as style codes go. So that's the difference, the only difference on the side of that box. Alright, We're almost there, people. Bear with me. It's getting dark in here. Like, it was super bright, and I was planning to do this video while it was bright, because I like to use like more natural light and whatnot. But then I had to run over to my little storage thing and do some stuff, and the weather outside is frightful, comes to mind. So when I got home, I was like, you know what, I need to clean myself before I do this. So that's what happened. Now it's looking like it's gonna rain or something. Whatever. Here's a shoe. This is a Presto, right? Korea style Presto. So there's that. It's got the little flag thing going on the back. The other one is mostly the same with just some inverted colors or something like that. I honestly don't remember, and I'm not gonna look because I just don't care enough. But I do care about moving on to this next shoe, so we're gonna do that. And now, let's see what we have here. This is another one that won't be staying around very long. Unfortunate in a way, because I do like it, but it's another thing that I don't need, so these will be going off to the brother. I think he'll be here tomorrow, possibly. I know my mom's coming around, but I don't know if she's bringing anybody with her. Anyway, so this right here is the Blue Chill Element 87. Pretty nice. Still in stock on a lot of places for around 90-ish, maybe 100. So that's not too bad. Coming down from what, 140? 160. From 160. So pretty decent discount if you're looking for a pair of those. Something to keep in mind. I only picked up one pair of Vapormaxes in the last while, so these will be the digital pinks. There you go. Very vibrant. Still haven't worn these either. It's kind of a thing going on around here. But, you know, I'm going to work on that. Though a lot of the problem, some of the problem anyway, was that for the last month, for June, because today is now July, I was only wearing Adidas. And the month before that, which was May, I did only wear new shoes, but some of these shoes didn't happen until June, and some of them aren't Adidas, so what can you do? Anyways, I just do stuff like that once in a while to keep the rotation moving, you know, keep me on my toes. So this right here, this is easily my favorite pickup of ever. So I'm gonna put that back. And now we are moving on to the last two shoes, the only pickups I got in June. But before we do, also in May, I did buy two other shoes for family members. I got my mom her Mother's Day gift, which was some Nike ID Prestos, React Prestos. And I got my dad those desert camo, duck camo Jordan 10s. Neither of which are here today because they are back at their house, which makes sense because that's where they live, in their house. So anyways, moving right along, these right here, the Nike React Infinity Run Flyknit, excuse me. These right here, I do not like that name because it's a lot. It's a little too busy for me, which is the exact opposite of the shoe. The shoe is very minimalistic, so that's cool. But anyways, I did this double review with Life of a Broski. Go ahead and check him out, you know, because he's got a lot of videos up there, kind of in the same style of what I do as far as shoe types. And he's a pretty alright dude from the interactions we've had, so he's worth checking out. So, you know, if you have access to the internet, go ahead and do that. And then here we go, this right here, finishing things off, the Rugged Orange or the Detroit Tigers or any of a million other sports teams that you might associate with this colorway, Foamposite 1. There you go. These are pretty nice though. And like I said, I was going to do a quick comparison here, and yeah, it's pretty close. So this is a little more vibrant, but if you look at the front or the back where it's the darker style, that does kind of match up with this. So yeah, there you go. I think this was Solar Red is what they called it on here. But anyway, so there we go. That is however many shoes that I bought over the last 3 months. How many did you buy over the last 3 months? More? Less? You know, do you care to say? Do you not care to say? All those questions are all open to everybody, and you can use the comment section to answer them for yourself. So now that we are done, I'm going to wrap this thing up, get this edited and out there, to slip in a couple pictures here and there, and then you guys can enjoy it or not enjoy it. That's what the thumbs up or down is for. Pick your poison, people. All right, so from me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are, and come on back eventually if you'd like to watch more videos. And if this is the last one you watch of mine, you're making a mistake. All right, later, people.